what's it like building houses? You sounds like you've made 3 now over the years. Did you have like learn more along the way, or just the the craft of house building? Like how do not many people. I feel like a tiny percentage of people have built houses or would even know where to begin. Like how did you even know how to do that, and what was the process like actually doing it?
Yeah, when I first started, the first cabin was this log cabin, and I had no construction experience at all, like zero. Like my dad didn't even teach me how to use a hammer or drill, and so there was YouTube. It wasn't as good as it is now, but there was YouTube, and then I just bought a bunch of like log cabin books, and I hired 2 guys that were lived at the trailer park, a couple miles from the cabin, and they had some construction experience, and so we were all just like looking at these books, and they were like old timey books, like how to fall a tree, how to peel a tree, what type of notches to make for the logs, and so I hired out the concrete work, which was probably my best idea because I no one should try to do concrete work if you haven't done it before, like because it's your foundation, it's pretty important. Um, and so there you're starting with like something that's square and you can work with, and then yeah, and then we just cut trees down. We drove them over with my pickup, and we peeled them, we dried them, and then we would just like manhandle them. These they must have been 20, 22, 24 foot long logs, and maybe like 10 inches in diameter, and then we would just put them on top of the other one. Had a little like scribe, and we would cut out the notch with a chainsaw, and that was kind of my introduction to construction. It was a really it was a traditional, I guess, but not traditional today.
Wow, man, that's wild. What was the hardest part of that process?
Well, once you get like so high, you're having to like do awkward things with the logs. You're gonna have to like lift it up, and one person's gonna have to like climb up, and you're gonna have to like hand him the other log. And we had some close calls where we almost dropped a log on our friend, but he luckily like fell into the ditch underneath, so he didn't get crushed. So it was pretty stressful. But once we got like the base down, it was fine.
What did that change, if anything, about the way you perceive sort of ancient builders or ancient buildings, like these large? I mean, on one hand, you've got these large Mesolithic structures, like the great structures, like the like the Great Pyramids, which is pretty much mind blowing for everybody. But then you've also got these amazing sort of medieval era castles and churches that are also a little bit earlier in time and maybe a little bit less impressive, but still just absolutely mind blowing to think that people did that without modern equipment, mostly by hand.
Yeah, I was taking a very like American pioneer approach, which was just like uneducated peasants coming over to the West or whatever, and building cabins. And I figured if they could do it, like I could do it since I have some resources now. But no, looking back on ancient civilizations, like they knew more. I think they knew more than we ever give them credit for. In fact, I think they might know, they might know more than us in some
Yeah.
capacity. Like their precision and like tools just make us lazy, because we're able to use the tool to perform that same sort of craftsmanship. But yeah, it's mind blowing to look at some of these old buildings.